Gachagua, vowing to rally behind him as the true leader of Mount Kenya.
We will support you. We will pray for you. We will come for advice. We will fight your battles because you are our son. And we don't have any other. You are the man of the moment.
Na sisi kama masenators yote ya Mlima Kenya, sisi tumeungana na tumeshikana. Wakati shida itatokea, haitatokea kwa masenata ya Mount Kenya. Tumeungana na tumeshikana nyuma ya kiongozi yetu. Nyuma ya kiongozi yetu. Nyuma ya kiongozi yetu. Kiongozi yetu ya kutoka hapa Mount Kenya. Anaitwa Mheshimiwa Rigathi wa Gachagua. Hiyo ndio msimamo yetu kama senators wa hapa na kama viongozi wa hapa, kwa sababu hatuna kiongozi mwingine ambaye tumepatiwa kwa wakati huu.
The leaders say development in the Mount Kenya region is dependent on their unity, calling out leaders whom they say are seeking to undermine the influence of the deputy president. The elected leaders also want the second in command to start looking around for political partners ahead of the 2027 elections, with a proposal for Gachagua to join hands with Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka mooted.
Sasa mimi nataka nikuulize, ile mitego tulikuwa tumetega tutegue. Unajua inashika marafiki yetu, ile mitego tulikuwa tumetega huko mbele. So na wewe utafuta marafiki wengine. Kwa sababu iko marafiki wameshikana pale, na wewe tafuta marafiki wengine, shikana na wale wengine, wale wadogo wadogo. Ukikutana na Kalonzo Musyoka, shikana na yeye, akuwe rafiki yako. Ukikutana na yule mtu mwingine watawe, shikana na yeye, akuwe rafiki yako. Ukikutana na mtu mwenye na wabunge wawili watatu, shikana na yeye, akuwe rafiki yako. Mtu mmoja tu ndiye tunaweza kuambia usisumbuke sana. Ule mwenye alikuwa running mate ya Raila anaitwa Martha Karua. Unajua yeye ana mbunge, ana governor, ana senator, ana chief, ana nini. Huyo unaweza wachana naye, lakini wale wengine mtu mwenye kuna watu wawili, shikana na yeye ili tuende mbele.
The statements coming after the formation of the broad-based government, which seems to have changed political alliances in the country. Gachagua, who has called for the region to unite and stop succession politics, says the unity of the Mount Kenya region is key in ensuring it gets the needed development. Gachagua also promised milk farmers that the government has set up measures to ensure the full transformation of the agriculture sector, urging elected leaders to give priority to the enactment of the Cooperatives Bill, which seeks to entrench fiscal discipline in SACCOs and promote a sustainable and competitive cooperative society.
What has happened is that kwa sababu ya the tight fiscal space, unajua ile pesa tunaweka kwa budget ni ile pia tunaokota. So we are putting the money in the budget in stages. So ile imewekwa ya cherry fund ni ya kuanzia, then in revised estimate tutaongeza. Pia kwa ile deni tumeweka 7 billion shillings. Kwanza tumeweka bilioni 2 kabla tusota utii madeni. Tulipe hiyo 2 alafu tuongeze wengine 5. There is no problem. Hiyo ni kitu tumepanga na rais na iko mzuri. But tunataka kuambia wale wenye vyama vya ushirika, tukilipia nyinyi hii deni, msirudi kuchukua deni nyingine.
Brian Amuai, K24.
From politics to the men in uniform, and police officers are set to receive a salary increment set to be backdated to July 1st, marking a key step towards enhancing the welfare of the nation's security personnel. The initiative is part of a larger reform agenda emanating from recommendations of the former Chief Justice David Maraga-led National Task Force on Police Reforms, tasked with assessing and improving working conditions within Kenya's security agencies. Here's Ben Kirira with more.
The adjustments on police salaries will differ based on rank, with constables benefiting from a notable 40% increase in their basic pay. The increment decreases for higher-ranking officers, concluding with a 3% raise for senior officials.
Review the pay, living conditions, medical cover, housing and other aspects of welfare for members of the services, and simply to do the right thing for these officers.
The salary review is the first phase of a comprehensive strategy that will also encompass the Kenya Prison Service and the National Youth Service, which are scheduled to receive pay increases starting September 2024.
The task force was asked to examine and review the various aspects that touch on the welfare, terms and conditions of service, capabilities, and service delivery, and to additionally identify the key levers for comprehensive change in the services.
To support these reforms, including improvements in leadership, oversight and accountability, technical committees have been established. Efforts are also being made to reform the correctional services sector, with public participation currently underway for the establishment of the National Correctional Services Policy. With these reforms, it is anticipated that substantial improvements within Kenya's security services will take place, enhancing the effectiveness of the security framework. Ben Kerera, K24, Nairobi.
From police officers getting salary increments to their colleagues who are charged, and 5 out of the 8 police officers implicated with the escape of 13 suspects from Gigiri police station will remain in custody until tomorrow, following an application by the DCI to have them detained for 14 more days to complete the investigations. As Melia Kisenya tells us, the 5 were on duty on the night of the escape.
A day after the Inspector General of Police alerted on the arrest of 8 police officers implicated with the escape of 13 remandees, including suspected serial killer Collins Jumaisi, 5 out of the 8 officers today had a long date at the court corridors. Covered in masks and sweaters covering their heads and faces, they were arraigned before Magistrate Martha Nanzushi. And one after the other, they were all forced to reveal their identities. The prosecution, led by DCI officers that presented the application, want the accused detained for 14 more days as they seek to establish whether the officers had a hand into the escape of the prisoners. However, Magistrate Nanzushi has ordered the 5 to be detained at the Spring Valley Police Station in Runda and other Parklands Police Station in Nairobi. The 5 suspects in question who are alleged to have aided the escape of 13 remandees include Corporal Ronald Babo, Constable Evan Kipkirui, Constable Millicent Cheng, Constable Zachary Nyebuto, and Constable Gerald Mutuku.
And the grounds are that the 5 respondents are police officers who were stationed at Gigiri Police Station and are suspected to have aided the escape of 13 remandees who are in custody for various offenses.
The officers served in different capacities, which include NCO, second officer was the cell entry, station guard, while 2 others were office personnel. Their mobile phones have since been presented at the Cybercrime Unit based at the DCI Headquarters Forensic Lab for further analysis. The court magistrate will determine on the DCI application come tomorrow.
The IO is also yet to record statements of the 5 respondents before you. Their mobile phones have been presented to the Cybercrime Unit based at the DCI for forensic analysis.
Melia Kisenya, K24 TV.
Now, Labour Cabinet Secretary Alfred Mutua has vowed to streamline all recruitment agencies in the country by eradicating corruption and cartelism ailing the sector. This was a call to action during a meeting bringing together several agencies where he highlighted the need to protect the welfare of migrant workers upon their recruitment, deployment and arrival back to the country. This comes a day after the Labour CS announced a crackdown on rogue employment agencies which are known to mistreat and exploit workers, especially those seeking jobs abroad. Gertrude Bugay has more.
Just a day after the Ministry of Labour announced a crackdown on rogue employment agencies, Labour Cabinet Secretary Alfred Mutua has now vowed to fight corruption and cartelism within the sector.
I believe that the ones I'm seeing here are the licensed and proper agencies. But we've got a lot of quack agencies. Tunawakora huko nje. Wanawalagai watu wetu wengi sana, si ndio? Walagai watu wetu na niliwapatia notice juzi. Kwa hivyo kama uko hapa and you're operating na jua kali mana, get licensed, otherwise we'll deal with you.
This was the call to action during a forum bringing together several labour recruitment agencies where Mutua appealed to uphold the welfare of migrant and domestic workers.
Our beautiful Kenyan girls, young men, suffering. I sat down with them. Some of them were covering their faces because they had so many diseases. They were exploding with pimples and pores and wounds on their faces and their bodies. They had picked up infections from the work they had been doing. So nikaona hii system iko na shida sana hii system.
Among the plight of employment agencies included the need to have more countries enroll Kenyans seeking jobs as domestic workers, as well as extend the market to European countries.
We would want to request is for new destination countries where workers' rights are prioritized and salaries are also higher, such as UK, Europe, Canada, and many other countries, and also working with those receiving countries on their government to find the pathways.
Further, reporting of fraud agencies known to exploit and mistreat workers was also part of the deliberations. According to the Labour boss, the ministry will formulate a system to enhance the safety and security of domestic and migrant workers.
I want to set up a hotline so that you can be able to talk to me. Uniambie kuna huyu agent mkora na huyu agent mkora na huyu agent mkora, huyu mtu si licensed, hii ndio namba yake, anaoperate hivi, anafanya hivi, si ndio? Tumchukue akaandika akaweke fingerprints, aeke ndani, because they are operating illegally against the law, so that we protect our people. Sasa, we want to minimize cases where we are being told that agents are calling people or agents are stealing the money of our young people.
The ministry has also announced plans to set up retirement benefits and pension plans for all domestic and migrant workers as a means to cushion their needs. Gertrude Burgay, K24 TV.
Let's talk money matters now. On the opening of China Square Nyali, the newest branch in Mombasa, has sparked excitement with thousands of eager shoppers flocking to the new store, leading to significant traffic congestion. The first outlet outside Nairobi underscores the mall's growing footprint across the country, having rapidly gained popularity for offering electronics, clothing and household items at affordable prices. Speaking during the launch, China Square Kenya Managing Director Lei Sheng lauded the expansion as a strategic move to tap into the coastal region's vibrant market.
It's a warm welcome from Mombasa people here, because here we at the China Square. We have everything under one roof. Like for the store, we have over 20,000 varieties just in one single roof. So people can find from the furniture to stationery to toys to hand tools, almost cover everything that you need in your household. In Kenya, we have 4 stores, and the employment we gave out, we had over 600 people already, and I think there's more people which benefit from us. I think at least we created over 1,000 so far. Kenya people still loves us. That's the first impression from us, because the last time I see this clouded, it's still from 2023, last year. When we had some issues, everybody visits our store at KU. But I think today in Mombasa, the cloud repeated.
Well, on that note, we just take a brief breather. We'll be back with what's happening in the sports world with Chris Migwambo.
Have you watched K24? We would love to hear from you. Send us your feedback on what you like and what you don't like and why. You can use any platform to reach us.